What's the difference between personal pensions and SIPPs?
Both are actually types of personal pensions, but the main difference between a standard personal pension and a self-invested personal pension, i.e. a SIPP, is the level of control and investment flexibility each one offers. A standard personal pension typically has a more limited range of investment options, usually funds managed by the pension provider, such as an insurance company. In contrast, a SIPP offers much greater investment freedom and control. It allows you to choose from a wider range of investments, including stocks, bonds, funds, property and more. So, if you want to be more actively involved in managing your pension investments, you might choose a SIPP.
What is a SSAS and how does it work?
A SSAS, or Small Self-Administered Scheme, is a pension scheme set up by a small business, usually for the benefit of its owners and directors. It works particularly well for family-owned businesses. It allows more control over the investment decisions and can loan back money to the business under certain conditions.
What's the difference between a SIPP and a SSAS?
The main difference between a SIPP, self-invested personal pension, and a SSAS, small self-administered scheme, is that a SIPP is an individual personal pension plan and a SSAS is a company pension scheme, which is designed for directors of small businesses, including family businesses. A SIPP will often be managed through an online platform, giving a wide range of investment choices and control over the investment strategy. It's typically used by individuals managing their own pension investments. The SSAS is usually administered by a trustee company and can have multiple members, usually directors of the company. SSASs also offer some unique features like the ability to loan money back to the sponsoring employer.
Can pensions be transferred into a SIPP and a SSAS?
Yes, most types of pension funds can be transferred into a SIPP or a SSAS. However, it's important to check for any transfer fees or loss of benefits before you proceed. In particular, transferring from a defined benefit scheme might not be the best idea, and you will usually have to get independent financial advice.
What are the tax benefits of SIPP contributions?
Lots, including 1. Personal pension contributions receive tax relief at your highest rate of income tax. 2. Company pension contributions receive corporation tax relief. 3. Investments grow free from income tax and capital gains tax. 4. You can take up to 25% of the fund as a tax-free lump sum from age 55. And 5. If you die, the pension fund is outside of the estate, so no inheritance tax applies.
How much can I contribute to a personal pension annually?
For the 23-24 tax year, the annual allowance is £60,000 or 100% of your earnings, whichever is lower. This includes contributions from all sources, including employer contributions to all of your pension schemes. Now, if you're a company director or a company owner, your company might be able to make a company pension contribution for you of up to the annual allowance, even if your salary is much less.
At what age can I access my personal pension?
So currently you can start taking money from your personal pension at age 55, though this is set to increase to age 57 in 2028. You can usually take up to 25% of your pension as a tax-free lump sum, with the remaining funds subject to income tax. There are various options for drawing an income, including drawdowns and annuities.
What if I die before taking my pension benefits?
If you die before taking any benefits from your SIPP, self-invested personal pension, the remaining funds in the SIPP can generally be passed on to your beneficiaries. Just make sure that you have completed an expression of wishes form so the provider knows who you would like to benefit. The The tax treatment of these funds depends on your age at death. In the current tax year, 23-24, the rules are that if you die before the age of 75, the funds can usually be passed on tax-free. However, if you die after age 75, any withdrawals made by the beneficiaries from the SIPP may be subject to income tax at their marginal rate. So there's currently draft legislation coming through that might change this from the 6th of April 2024, so watch this space.